everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Women of Zal. So we're just going to go ahead and continue on where we left off. Once you reached the dining room, it was clear dinner was a native dish. Hilo pho, essentially meat that is almost as soft as a cloud, and most certainly advertised that way. You finished eating and decided to head in. I wonder if Lady Zuna is any closer to deciding the matriarch. I hope so. This is starting to feel very routine, and I don't want to get used to this life if I'm not the pick. You dressed for bed and fell asleep the moment that you touched your pillow. Your dreams were filled with odd, implausible things like Noxia taking a selfie with Liz and Zuna. Ha! Today in impossible scenarios. It's impossible, right? Let's go to our office. And we're going to talk, for now. Focus on paperwork, not people. Zarius. Alright, let's go with Clanice and Valimir. Greetings, Lady Zena. Valimir, I was just thinking about you. Holding up all right? As well as can be expected. I was just thinking about how you've taken up the task of fighting against the flow. It would have been so easy for you to agree with or even ignore what happened to me. It takes courage to be in your shoes. Courage is one word for it. Joy told me that you were on my side. By the way, that day was awful. But hearing that you left such an encouraging message for me was comforting. It was important that you knew that you were not alone. I only wish more sided with you. An impossible wish, but one I share all the same. What is it? I think this is the first time that we could have a comfortable conversation with one another. So it is. Was something on your mind? A little. Like, what are things that you like to do in your free time? I suppose reading horror stories is a bit of a fixation for me. Interesting. Never would have suspected. Most don't, since the majority of men can't read. But I'm guessing you didn't mean it that way. Nope. I just didn't expect horror to come out of your mouth. Curious, isn't it? It kind of goes against a little dream I have for the future. Oh? Truth be told, I'm not so modest that I wouldn't mind.
Did you really sneak off to talk to Zena?
And there goes the fun. Sucked right out of the room.
Do you have any idea what it's like having to tell Lady Zuna that my little secretary is scampered off while I wasn't looking? Seriously, the level of entreating I had to do to keep the good lady from thinking that another haircut would do you good almost seems not worth it.
How could you even suggest such a thing? If you were worth staying around for, I would have stayed.
God damn it. You insufferable creature. Do me a world of good and chase after the matriarch's skirt. Clearly you value being her little doll more than remaining by my side.
You know what? Somehow for once, I think you're right.
Valimir left in a hurry, nearly slamming the door behind him.
Well, that went well.
Give him some time, he'll understand where you're coming from soon enough.
That was kind of a bit much, don't you think, Clanice?
To that, I'm afraid I must concede. I suppose I am just so frustrated by his willful acts of rebellion. This latest one in particular. I didn't just accept Lady Zuna's invite on a whim, after all. When I heard that she was looking for a successor, I jumped at the chance. A title to call my own, a clear path to better realize my ambitions, something I could obtain without the aid or influence of that overbearing shadow that eclipses me so. Daj, what I would do to get out of my mother's umbra. And I'm trying so damn hard. Yet when tasked with caring for one foolish boy, I can't even do that. How did Valimir think it would look when Lady Zuna asked where he was and I could not answer her? Why does he bother acknowledging what I'm going through if he's hell-bent on making it all the worse? How am I supposed to install confidence when it's clear that I lack power to rein in even one member of the keep? And I can't help thinking, would my mother have this problem? And the answer, of course, is a resounding no. But I mustn't be like her. I want so badly to avoid such a fate.
Why are you so against the idea of being like your mother? You're not wrong. Lady Claire does seem in control of everything. You compare yourself to your mother a lot.
So I do. Perhaps it cannot be helped. I wonder if that is who I really am when it comes down to the matter. A facade with nothing but faltering indecisiveness once you see past it all.
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
So you say. I suppose it's time you knew. Little good bearing the stems of my thoughts without being shown the root.
I couldn't have been any older than 8, and I too endured my share of bullies. One in particular was a nasty little thing, filled with hurtful ideas and even more painful fists. Words were never going to reach that one. It had gotten so bad that one day that stupid little girl found herself in my mother's sights, and she was pulled inside her home. But then, my mother, she told me I needed to solve the problem, to swiftly teach a lesson that could not be forgotten. And with prodding, so little prodding, I complied. I took that girl's throat and choked her. And I kept going and going until I had removed my thoughts from what was happening. It was the only way I could go through with the deed. Understand? It was my mother's intervention that snapped me back to reality. Knowing her, she probably sensed my discomfort. But I don't think she understood what it did to me.
Clanice, what happened wasn't on you.
Who's to say? It would be so easy blaming my mother for it all. Blaming the fool girl that inspired the whole mess to begin with. Anyone, really. But was I truly too afraid to defy my mother? Or did I have a choice? I don't know. I don't...
Do you need time to yourself? I'll be right here when you're ready to talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. The day continued.
Zena, how well timed. Get Lady Vicia. She's needed for a meeting.
To the garden I go, then.
Standing here, I know inside, deep within, there's a dream I've knit in my bones. I close my eyes and then let go of this world and what I have known. Though I may yet stumble, with head held high I'll stand. I will not be conquered by the lies I have been told. Here we remember, someday we will rise. I won't let them take away the strength of that old hope.
The sound of gentle singing reached you before you rounded the corner.
Ooh, what a youthful voice.
It was Vicia, and she seemed to be in her own little world more than usual. You waited a moment before deliberately making noise with your foot.
Ah, I didn't see you there.
Very funny. You never told me that you had a singing voice as your backup occupation.
A bad habit of mine. After all, most songs I know are just variants of war mantras. A useless backlog in a time of peace. And in my personal opinion, a good thing. Besides, the tune you just heard feels alien, does it not? It feels like it comes from a world not my own. Truth be told, I often think it traveled through canvases to find me. Not that I could ever discern why. Maybe it's nothing more than yet another thing I imagined about the past. I woke up with the tune, and basically the lyrics one day, and it just stuck with me. The older I get, the more it feels my nostalgia is the greatest lie I have ever known. I wonder if the world is mad or I am. I don't know. My apologies, young one. You caught me in a bit of a bittersweet moment. Thinking about these memories that die with me is all. Did you need me?
Oh, I was absolutely going to let you tell me more. Seems really interesting to me for some reason. The music thing, not so much, you contemplating your mortality, still seem kind of immortal to me, truth be told. But yeah, you were requested to meet up with Lady Zuna. A meeting is about to start.
Another one? I suppose it can't be helped these days. I'll be there in a minute. I get the feeling that they're about to ask me to stay out of the garden a little while longer.
I hope that isn't true. You went back inside to go to the dining room and grab dinner, which was shirkse, an all-veggie mix with the darker veggies tasting more like meat. You decided to head to bed after. All right, let's dream big. You dreamed you were an ant. All right, I think that's a good stopping point for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.